Right. I will try to just talk. I don't know how I will title this video. I don't know how I will make a thumbnail. Maybe I will edit, maybe I don't. But I think it's just a perfect kind of a moment for me to just press the record button and try to speak to the camera. Because this thing is a very recent accident which happened, and only now I can remember everything in all of its colors, basically. I never have taken this much responsibility in my life at all, and never thought that this much weight will come to my shoulders in such a way. You know, when I was at the very beginning of my journey at the age of 13, I still remember how I kind of get into this entire thing of self-improvement. I was trying to find a video on YouTube, how to make money online, because I was in a situation where my parents didn't allow me to get a 9 to 5 or work an odd job, because it hurts. Like, you don't want your son to work a job because you can't provide. The fridge was almost empty, and not only that, I mean, in general, like, I didn't have a phone and I was 13, and it was like 2000, maybe 15, 16, 17. I think it was even like 2018, 19. So basically, an iPhone, Samsung smartphones were not a thing, were not like a new thing, and I was using my parents' Nokia at the time, and it was not good. Like, the conditions were not good, and I figured I will try to, the best solution was try to earn money online, because, like, I mean, I don't have to get out of the home, I don't have to, like, ask permission from my parents. And I started binge watching all kinds of videos, right? And there's a lot of garbage out there on the internet, so much garbage on the internet about people, like, I mean, titling their video how I bought a car to my dad at the age of 14, 15, when it just all, like, basically says I made YouTube videos and there was this one very big sponsor and I made a hell of a lot of money. How am I supposed to learn from this? Well, one day, thank God, I got very lucky and I stumbled upon one Russian guy. At that time, I didn't even speak English properly. Like, I was going to those classes of learning English, but I wasn't good enough or fluent enough to watch anything on English and understand it. So I was watching on Russian, and I remember him putting out everything, like, so easily. He named 4 or 5 niches to improve myself and where I can go and learn, and I can follow that thing my entire life, which, right now it sounds stupid, but discovering that I can, for example, the biggest thing and the thing that I chose at the time was graphic design. Still to this day, I remember that, my mindset at that time was, in order to make money, I have to go and get a job. And that's, like, how else do you make money? In order to start a business, you need the capital. You don't have it, then go and get a job. I was programmed to get into good college, to go and become a lawyer or become an engineer or basically become a 9 to 5 guy. None of that business stuff. And understanding and discovering that I can actually right now open my computer and learn graphic design, video editing, or begin making YouTube videos, and I can literally continue doing them for almost the rest of my life. At that time, I still had this thing that the things that kids do and the things that teenagers do, which is one bucket, and the things that older people do, like 20 plus, 30-year-old, 40-year-old people. I mean, I was 13, I was 14, obviously I was a kid. And for me, discovering that I can influence my older adult life by not studying good in school, but genuinely actually doing something which will perpetually influence it, was just mind-blowing, like literally. And everything actually starts from that inspiration, because that guy himself who was recording that video was showing by his own example how step by step he learned graphic designing. He was doing freelance work on the internet, he earned some money, he bought a computer, then he learned video editing to make videos for YouTube, then he made money from video editing as well, and then from his YouTube video as well. So step by step, there were a lot of, making websites was one of the niches and skills. That's not even a niche. He was talking about skills for teenagers to make money from graphic designing, video editing, YouTube, website making. I think that was it. And now I look back and I realize that I'm almost in that position when he was recording that video. I know how to edit a proper video. I will have to spend more time than a professional editor, obviously, but I know how to make certain effects. I know how to make YouTube videos, and I know how to do graphic design. I know how to make websites. Obviously, I have to improve all of them, but why am I telling all of it? Because for a very, very extensive period of time, I'm 19 right now, and I'm about to turn 20 in 1 week. For 5, 6, maybe 7 years at this point, the goal was to, make sure I don't ask money from my parents. That's it, very simple. Make sure that I'm gonna be in a position that I will not have to ask money from my parents for transport, for food, for like almost anything. Like literally, I bought and alhamdulillah, we are in a position right now when I'm recording this video, I'm recording to a phone which I bought myself. I use headphones which I bought myself. I use the computer which I bought myself. And I can't remember when it was the last time when I asked my single parent for any money. Like, I mean, I pay for the whole internet. Not to brag, okay, like there are certain things that I'm not taking care of. Obviously, it's like home electricity I'm not paying for. I'm not paying a rent because I'm staying in my parents' house. And that's the main thing that I kind of wanted to talk about today specifically. That is also linked to the fact that I was not kind of ready, I guess, in my opinion, because it's every guy's dream to be able to retire his parents, and I was going for that. But before I do that, I had to take care of myself, right? I had to be able to become the kind of man who can, knowledgeable. I wanted to reinvest money into my knowledge, my experience, anything. And I think it happened on 6th of July. Right now when I'm recording it, it is 11th of July, and it's been 4 or 5 days, and that day I will remember forever, I guess, for better or for worse. My single parent came back home, and she was very sad, she was very upset, and long story short, she told me, "Did you find a job? Can you help me? I need you to help me." And I was sitting at home, I was about to start working on, on myself. And okay, I'm not gonna be explaining everything in literal context, because this video is gonna be just too long if a man is gonna be talking about his feelings. I felt like one of those people who have to get a job because he has to support his family. And I am one of those people, in fact, I guess. There are certain things which I hate about my situation. I love my parent, but it is a little bit like Eminem situation when, I mean, she's not perfect. Like, we like to waste money on certain things, like going out to restaurants sometimes, and we have a house that we can't pay for. I mean, that specific day she was sad because she couldn't pay the whole mortgage for the month of June. You know what I mean? And she told me to give her money so that we can pay the whole mortgage. And that, you see the complexity of the situation, because it is a little bit like Eminem's situation when I don't like her for what she does. She doesn't behave like I would expect a person to behave with a debt in their shoulder. A person who has to pay the whole mortgage would not, in my opinion, shouldn't be behaving and doing such things. But then at the same time, it is my parent. Like, it is my house too. Like, what do I do? And the cherry on top of a cake is that we're not like, swimming in money. Like, we make sometimes money. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we have a client, sometimes we don't have a client, and it's life. Like, I'm not, I'm 19. I'm not like, I'm trying. What can I say? I wasn't ungrateful. You know what I mean? And what can I say, ladies and gentlemen, for last 5 days? The reason why I'm talking about this thing in 2 vlogs at this point is because it truly, I cannot describe in words how, it takes over your mind, it takes over your head. Your head starts aching because you cannot figure out how to resolve the situation. And truly, to be honest, I don't know like how to talk to her. Whenever I talk about these kind of things, and I try to I don't know how to resolve the situation, because it's not just pure math. It's not just, there is family, there is emotions, all of that mixed all in one, and you have to resolve it. Like, I have to find a way, how do I make that math without hurting her feelings, and without making like her angry, you know. Man, I just, in fact, I just don't know, and that's why. If I would have known the answer, if I would have, like, I mean, the obvious is obviously to just take care of everything by paying the bills all by myself without involving her in everything, in anything, in fact. Mm, but it's like $32,000 debt. 35,000, 32,000 house mortgage for 20 years. You know, when you give me such a big debt to me to take care of, it's no joke. Like, I would appreciate at least her to kind of come with a pencil and try to explain me the math which she is going through right now. But the problem is that I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. She doesn't tell me anything until it is really fucked up. She never tells me anything until it's really fucked up. Maybe it's good, I don't know. But what if I don't have money in that specific moment? Then I feel bad for not being able to help you. I am lucky that right now I do have the money which I saved up from working my 9 to 5 last year. But what if I would have spent it all? What if I went to Malaysia with my co-founder as we planned in the month of July? If that would have worked out, and I would have actually spent all of my money on this trip to meet up with my co-founder, to rent a house, and then come back, I would have no money left. I would be at zero. And if you ask me for help in this kind of situation, well, I mean, yeah, shit, man. I mean, that's the hard truth. Some people just don't have to worry about this kind of problems. Some people are born in a family where you know, I have seen people my age whom their dad bought them a car. I am not joking, it's the same country, same city. I have seen people whom their dad bought them a car. Their dad invested money into their business so that they can go and rent a room, start their agency, the same business I'm doing with them. It's just crazy, man. How different lives can be in one single city. One single city. But the thing I'm not gonna be hiding, I am most afraid of is long term. What am I signing up for? Because yes, I mean, the whole mortgage, I think if I get a job, yes, I can take care of it. Like, it's $200, $300 a month. Even if I get a $400 a month job, I can fulfill it, and I can even maybe leave some money on the side. But that's a 20-year loan, which I'm not, I think, understanding and trying to not pay attention right now. But that's actually, that's actually a lot of weight. A lot of weight. And I don't know if I'm gonna, if I will have to take care of that loan for the next 20 years. That's a completely different life, which I didn't want to live, actually. May Allah guide us. May Allah guide us. And the worst, okay, not the worst, but the thing that I hate is that she says that, she said it, and now we're silent, like nothing happened. I'm trying to explain to her, like, this is not a joke. Like, you either, oh my god, bro, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna be honest with you, today I was feeling like I just wanted to quit this game of life. Some waswasa from the shaitan were coming that, you know, it is unresolvable situation, we will never make this much money, we're gonna be stuck in this debt for the next 20 years, all of our dreams are now vanished, what are we gonna do? And this constant comparison, which is unconsciously happens, to be honest. I have met those people way before the situation happened, but I was ignoring them at that time because I was, you know, I didn't want it to be like that. I didn't want it to, and I still don't want to, but it just sucks when you realize now you have to do what you don't want to do. You have to take care of your parents, you have to take care of what they have signed up for, and you just don't have the money. I mean, yeah, thankfully nobody is sick, okay? It's not she's sick with cancer or whatever. Alhamdulillah. It could have been way worse. It could have been. I just have to figure out this relationship bullshit. Oh my god. Women are so complicated, man. Women are so complicated sometimes. Oh my god. I just have to figure out two things: the relationship part of the situation and the financial part of the situation. And I hope Allah will help me.